So we're back. This is the Rhino Part 3 for Freshman Foundations project for the laser cutter. Drawing digitally the laser cutter. I'm just going to select my line tool here. Again, I've got the grid snap and O snap on and start drawing some lines. With the polyline tool, you can also draw multiple lines just by left clicking. And again, to stop the command, you can right click. Now, if I want to keep drawing onto this, I can again just go back to my polyline tool and draw from the end, or say I want to draw from the midpoint of that line. You can draw from the midpoint. And I'm going to go back up. And we're going to be drawing a profile. So we want to make sure that we're starting and ending right on that z-axis. You want to make sure that you're going to snap right onto that green line. Then again, right click to stop that command. Now, these are connected, touching lines, but if I just click on this line, it's only going to select that one. If I click on the lower one, it's only going to select that because I drew them as two separate commands. So there's a few tools that I wanted to show you. The first is called the explode command, which is right here over on the left, this little explosion. So if I click on that, maybe you saw this blink. If I deselect it, now when I go to select, it has exploded those lines. It's not a true explosion, but they are still connected at the endpoints, but they are individual line segments now, where this is all connected. So I can again select this top lines. I can explode them, and now everything is an individual line segment. I can also go back and just select a smaller, like 2 lines at once, and use this join command, which looks like a little puzzle piece, and join those together. Now those are joined together as 2 polyline, or a single polyline. So I could try to join all this together. So that's now, but it won't allow me to do that because I have this sort of like hanging entity over here. It will only allow me to join things that are connected at the ends. So I need to trim this off. So we have right here a trim tool and a split tool. If we click on the trim tool, it will ask us what our cutting objects are. So what we want to say to cut with. I want to cut this line using this line. So I'm going to select that line, press enter, and I want to, it asks me select object to trim. I'm going to select this object on the left side, and it's going to delete that. So now I don't have that sort of hanging off end line. Just press enter when I'm done. Now, when I go back, try to join all this together, it should join together all as one, as you can see there. The other, another useful way of sort of connecting and so individual drawn entities together. First, I'm gonna explode that. So these are all individual lines still. We can select the entire drawing here or portions of the drawing I select the whole thing. I can also type in using my command line group and then hit return. And now these are grouped together, but they're still individual line entities. So if I want to ungroup those, I can type ungroup, and you don't have to actually have your cursor or pointer up here. You can just type in no matter where your pointer is. I'm going to do ungroup. So I have to select the objects and then hit return. So now see they're all individual again. So we have join, explode, and then we have grouping and ungrouping. So I'm going to join these together so they're all one entity. Then I'm going to make another line that's going to be my access line. And I'm just going to click and drag down to the end, snapping to the end, right click to end that. And now I have this profile, which I'm going to be revolving around the axis. I double click and look here at my perspective. You can see how the z-axis is going up into space. So I'm going to be revolving that axis, or revolving this this curve around that axis. So here we are. We're back for part 4 of our Rhino tutorial. Maybe the last part. Maybe there'll be 5 parts. I'm going to just go to my perspective so I can see this a little bit larger. And we're going to choose actually a tool called Revolve. And I'm just going to type Revolve into my command line and hit return. Ask me what curves I want to revolve. I'm going to select these curves, hit return. Ask me where I want to start my revolve axis. Remember, this was our axis, which is the bottom and the top. Now, you can see that I can drag this around. It's revolving. We just are going to do a full circle revolve, so 360 degrees. So up here in the command line, there's this kind of button you can press, full circle. And now I have that object revolved. And right now, this is in what's called the wireframe view. There's a button right here. And if you click on the little triangle, I'm in the wireframe right now. You can do the shaded viewport. You can do just shade and rendered viewport. I prefer often when I'm working with these, which are now surfaces, to use this ghosted viewport because it allows me to see the lines and the surfaces. It's a little bit subtle, but this is our curve that we originally drew and revolved that's still there. And then these are connected surfaces that make up sort of right now like a watertight solid. Although it is kind of, you should think of it as surfaces and not as a solid object. So if I go back to my wireframe for a minute, you can see my wireframe here. And then I'll go back to my ghosted. So when I click on this line, there's a line there and a surface. So it's asking me, again, do I want to select just the curve? I can click on that and you can see it selects the curve. I can just hit escape at any time if you're in a command and you want to get out of it, just hit escape on the keyboard. Or I can go and select the poly surface and it will select the entire thing. So our next step, we have this three-dimensional form. We're going to be unrolling these surfaces. So we're going to be taking each of these individual surfaces and flattening them out so that we can bring those to the laser cutter and cut them out of paper and then rebuild them. So if I select that entire surface and explode it, you can see that I can now select these as individual surfaces. This bottom is already just a flat circle, so I don't have to worry about that. I can just Control C copy, and then I can drag that copy out, and this is just a flat circular surface. And it didn't copy it because I forgot to paste it. So Control C, Control V to paste and drag it out, and then I still have that bottom surface on there, and I have a copy of it right here.